What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I made for the very first time risotto, but of course I couldn't just make traditional risotto. I decided to make sushi rice risotto and add some wild rice to it and some maitake mushrooms. It tastes so flippin' good guys. I've already kind of sampled it. I haven't tasted the Seabass yet, but oh my gosh, first time I'm making Seabass as well. Marinated it for like 5 hours, broiled it for like 7 minutes. And then I have some pea shoots, which are like my favorite freaking vegetable now. Oh my gosh, whenever I go to a Chinese restaurant, I have to get pea shoots. They're so stinking good. Anyways, guys, I am like epically excited for this. I got 2 utensils. I don't know which one I'm gonna use. I'm probably gonna use both. And then a friend of mine brought over this Chardonnay. I'm not even a Chardonnay person, but I actually like this. It's like kind of acidic, like very citrusy, slightly buttery Chardonnay. I really don't love like the oaky Chardonnays. So anyways, loving this. All right, let's just get into it. Oh my gosh, this Seabass. I love Seabass. I love it. Oh my gosh. I can't decide if I cooked the pea shoots right. Some of the stems seem like maybe I shouldn't have added them in. Oh my goodness. That marinade is freaking killer. It called for brown sugar, but I actually found brown sugar like stevia, which I didn't know existed, and used that instead, and it turned out great. The caramelization of the marinade . The textures in the rice are amazing. The wild rice has this like amazing toothsomeness, this chew. The whole thing is so savory, like tons of umami. I actually had this ramen broth, mushroom ramen broth that I found in my cupboard. I was just gonna use bone broth. So I ended up adding that mushroom ramen base and the chicken bone broth together as the liquid for the risotto. And oh my gosh. I am so glad I remembered it was in there. Is that a kitchen? That's a kitchen. So the sea bass and that mushroom base and the sushi rice and the miso I got from Coastal Seafoods. And then the pea shoots and the mushrooms I got right next door, United Noodles, like one of my favorite Asian grocery stores ever. And it's literally right next to Coastal, so just like practically a one-stop shop. Oh my goodness. I use this Chinese cooking wine. I can't remember how to pronounce it, so I'll just write it here. To deglaze the pan slash add like a little bit of liquid to the pan with the pea shoots, and it's amazing. It's got this like slightly sweet flavor, kind of like a Chinese version of marsala, if you could picture that. Not sure if I cooked them long enough. It said it should only take like a minute, but I think my pan just doesn't stay hot. So another thing that I wanted to chat with you guys about is a while back we talked about Seaspiracy, that documentary about the sea and seafood and how we're just destroying everything. And for a while I've wanted to do like a follow-up, and I suppose I've kind of been doing like little follow-ups here and there just based on like the individual things that I've decided to cook with. But I wanted to put a special feature on Seabass today because apparently Seabass is one of those things that in the not so recent past was like a not sustainable fish at all. And as of recently has made this huge comeback on the sustainability front. What my guide told me was at Coastal that you have to pay for special certifications to sell it. So a product can be certified as sustainable, but if they don't pay an additional amount to sell it that way, that they're not allowed to label it that way. So just because something isn't labeled that way doesn't mean that it doesn't come from a sustainable source. So it's not only important to be supporting these MSC certified sustainable fisheries that are like already have their certification, but also people who have like vowed to get their certification, because when you buy their fish, they make money and thus are able to actually implement those sustainability practices. So again, just chat with your local fishmonger, ask them, you know, which of these come from sustainable MSC, sustainable fisheries like this sea bass, and you're doing your part. So simple and so good. The pea shoot stems are hollow, and so they're actually like crispy when you bite into them. And this preparation was so simple, just garlic, ginger, that Chinese cooking wine, salt. That's it. I am so happy. This is like restaurant quality. Minus some of the pea shoot stems being a little on the woody side. Everything tastes freaking amazing. And so surprised with this wine. So I was looking through y'all's questions and I really have to come up with more, like, I have to think of some more funny stories from when I was a teenager, but I did think of one. So Lindsay as a teenager, I was a choir nerd. I was in 2 choirs a year in middle school, and then I was in 2 or 3 choirs, I want to say, for most of high school. I was in the show choir, I was in the girls choir, and I was always one of those people that like tried out for like solo at our like high school concerts. And same thing for middle school. And I want to say it was like my freshman year of high school. We always did like winter, like holiday concerts. And there was one that like several choirs were going to, and they were performing different things, and like there were solos and like group numbers and whatever. And I was gonna sing Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. And this woman was talking to me, and somebody else was going to sing that song, and like the girl gets up and like, what is happening here? So this girl gets up and sings this song, and she was terrible. I mean, sorry, but she couldn't sing the dang song. And this woman next to me was like, oh, are you singing a song? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm actually gonna sing this song. And she was like, oh, wow. Well, I hope you do a better job. And I was like, oh yeah, no problem. It's gonna be great. Mariah Carey was like one of those artists that I defaulted to. It was like Mariah Carey, Celine Dion, you know, the powerhouses. They've got a very strong voice. Mm. Mm. So then it was my turn to get up on stage, and literally like they started the song and then I didn't hear it. So I was off from the very beginning. Like I missed my start point. And once you miss your start point on an instrumentals only track, I mean, there was no recovering. I mean, I was in front of a crowd of however many people, realizing that I had completely missed the mark, and I barely sang the song. And I got off stage and I was like, oh my God, that woman thinks that I'm a completely crazy person. Oh my gosh. I was so embarrassed and so disappointed because I like didn't get to sing the song, like actually sing it. So yeah, by the way, I sang. I love to sing. I still sing like in the car, in the shower. I went to Allstate when I was in high school for first soprano, and I like don't even know how I made it, guys. Like my range has never been that crazy. I was always second soprano in all of the choirs. And I don't know how my range just decided to get bigger for that period of time, or how I even made Allstate. Like it was so difficult. You had to like recognize chords that were played just by like hearing them. You had to like write things out. You had to read sheet music. It was tough. And I somehow made first soprano. I mean, anyways. Something I look back on and I'm really proud of, actually. But my strong suit was never singing like operatic styles of music. Back then, my falsetto was really strong, and so I was able to sing those opera styles, but I much preferred to sing popular music instead. haven't really decided what the heck is going on with my bangs. Like, I got the middle trimmed a little bit, and I don't know why it keeps going on the side like this, but it just like refuses to go over. I need to figure out how to blow dry my hair differently, obviously. So yeah, my senior year of high school, my choir director retired, which was like the saddest thing ever. And this new woman came in who was like a kindergarten teacher before, like elementary music teacher. And yeah, it was a hard pass for me. I think several of the other people decided not to do choir your senior year. And like, you know, for people that did choir for as long as we did, I mean, I was in choir since the 4th grade. It had to be like a strong feeling. I mean, I think she like made everybody like clap to be quiet, something ridiculous. We were like, no, hard pass. And then when I went to college, there's a man named Jameson Walker that was teaching opera at Florida State University, where I went to school. And I took voice lessons with him for maybe a year, I want to say. And that was great. His daughter said I was like a Disney princess, which made me sound real good. And I was able to kind of like keep it up, you know, keep my voice in shape. And then I stopped, and I haven't taken a voice lesson since. And my falsetto especially has majorly suffered. It's just not nearly as strong anymore. Kind of sad, but it's on my list of things to revisit, because it's always been that one thing that makes me feel like unstoppable, like I'm on drugs or something, you know? Part of the dream is to be able to sing for you guys, but I'm just still working on getting a thick skin. I just don't know how I would take criticism for my singing. I've always been such a perfectionist with it. Any little mess up, and it will haunt me for a long time. A long time. Yeah, I definitely didn't do something right with these greens. They taste so good though. Lee's Fitch. I'm gonna buy you again. You know what I really want to do? I'm letting you in on my like secret plans. I really want to be like, not like Weird Al, because Weird Al wasn't like a singer, but I want to like come out with covers for songs all about food and make funny music videos for him, but like actually sing. I think that would be flippin' hilarious. Hilarious. And I've never seen anybody do that before. If you have parody ideas for songs that I could rewrite to be about food, leave it in the comments, please. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm so full. I'm having one more bite of risotto. And I'm calling it. Whew! Oh my god, it's a big bite. I can't even. Alright guys, well, as promised, that was my last bite. I am so full. That was so good. Really successful first go with risotto. Do I think Tom Colicchio would approve of my risotto? Probably not. Probably not, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to make many more risottos. I love the idea of them, and they're kind of like my pasta hack, just stovetop. Because the whole idea is like cook the pasta in the liquid and kind of make that liquid starchy and thick to create the sauce. Well, that's basically what happens in a risotto. The rice releases the starch and kind of creates this creamy, oh, so good. And I'm really happy that it worked with the sushi rice. I'm really happy that I added the wild rice in for texture. The mushrooms were just, oh my gosh, so much umami. The fish was so easy. I mean, you marinate it and then under the broiler for a few minutes and it's done. So simple. And because I lined my sheet pan with tin foil, there's like no cleanup. I literally don't have to clean the pan. I've already cleaned up after the fish. I did it like while I was plating. Super easy. Thank you to my friend Melissa who brought this to my house and didn't open it. And left it for me. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for joining today. You guys know how much I appreciate the time that you take to spend with me. It just means so much, and I wouldn't be able to do all of these things without you. So comment below what you thought about my like Japanese style risotto with sea bass and Chinese veg. Comment below what other kind of risotto you want to see me make. I actually have a risotto cake in a bundt pan that I have planned. My friend makes it with her family, and it's just a recipe online, and it looks freaking awesome. It's stuff with meat. Totally happening, maybe like in the next month or something. But yeah, comment below any other risotto recipes or fish recipes you want to see me make. And that's it for me, guys. Thanks again for joining, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.